وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِندَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا.
Thy Lord hath decreed that ye worship none save Him, and that ye show kindness to parents. If one of them or both of them attain to old age with thee, say not fie unto them, nor repulse them, but speak unto them a gracious word. And lower unto them the wing of submission through mercy, and say, My Lord, have mercy on them both, as they did care for me when I was little.
من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. Brothers and sisters, pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may Allah give us sincerity to speak the truth in the light of the Quran and the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, understand them, accept them in the hearts, and to implement them in the life. Amen. This is our third part of the subject that we were dealing with, the will of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today, inshallah, I will be discussing about the second commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which Allah has given in Surah Al-An'am, chapter 6 and the verse 151. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, قُلْ تَعَالَوْا أَتْلُوا مَا حَرَّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ رَبُّكُمْ أَلَّا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell the people that come, and I will explain to you the things which are forbidden by your Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the first one that is haram for you is to associate partner with Allah. And second is the command that is given to you is to be good to your parents. Based on this, today's topic is very, very sensitive. Alhamdulillah, especially for those people who have parents, or even those who have one of them, or who has parents who have passed away, but still the duty and the obligation still remains. And this is what I'll be discussing inshallah in today's topic. Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in this first ayah we can understand that when Allah speaks about His rights, because He's our creator, and His right is that we should only worship Him and nobody else. Whether we pray for Him, whether we fast for Him, whether we go for Hajj for Him, or we give zakat, all those kind of things. But at the same time, if we associate any partner with Him, then all those good deeds are of no value to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Same as if a husband, his wife is looking after him throughout his life, her life, and looked after him to the best. But if even once in her lifetime, she says that I'm interested in one person, one man other than you, everything that she has served is finished. So if this is the case with the husband, when he doesn't accept his wife to have relationship with other men, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more, full with respect and dignity and honor than a man, that he has created us and he only asks from us to worship him without associating any partner. And if we associate partner, then we are gone. So this was already covered in the last subject. Now with regards to the second right, second commandment is the right of our parents. We would not come into this world if we had no parents. It's only Adam alayhi salam who came without the parents, and it's only Isa who came without the father. Otherwise, all the human beings have to come through the natural way, and they have to have two biological parents to be biological child to them. That's the system. So, based on that our existence owes to our parents, and that is the reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the command that we have to be dutiful to our parents. Now, to what extent we have to be dutiful to them, that is also explained very well in the Quran. In chapter Al-Isra, chapter 17. And the verses start from 24 onwards, 23, 24, 25, like that. It goes on like that. It says, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. And your Lord has declared it. And Allah's declaration is not something that has to be alternated after a few times, few years or after sometimes. No. It's permanent. وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. That your Lord has declared it that you should not worship anybody except Him. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. And you have to be good to your parents. This is the second declaration of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah explains. In other words, Allah has explained about the shirk in detail. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us the explanation of the rights of the parents in details. Look what it says. إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِنْدَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا وَقُلْ لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا وَاخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. Allah. وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. That your Lord has declared that you should not worship except Him. And also He has declared that you have to be good to your parents if one of them or both of them have reached the age, old age, then your duty with regards to addressing them, your way of speech, the way you speak to them, فَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ. You are not allowed to say, "Uff, enough, Dad, uff, enough, Mom." You are not allowed to say that. Even that rude tone is not permissible for you to say that. وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا. And you should not ignore them. In other words, don't be rude to them. وَقُلْ لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا. And whenever you speak to them, speak with honorable statements, respectful statements. وَاخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ. And approach them all the time. All the time you have to approach them with the attitude of mercy and love and affection and kindness. وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. And always pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if they are alive or if they have died. This is another question people they say, what can we do after our parents die? So ayah is general. It says that always make dua for them that Allah have mercy upon my parents when they are alive, as they were looking after me, as they were showing their mercy upon me when I was a child, when I was a baby. And how is that? That is also explained in another part of the Quran. to your parents, don't say oof to them, don't be rude to them. And then Allah says you have to be always kind and loving to them and praying to them, praying for them, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these are the commands that Allah has explained, and this covers the whole life of them. This covers the whole life of them till their last breath. In another surah, chapter 31, verses 14 and 15. Chapter 31, verses 14 and 15, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ. And we have commanded, we have sent the law to the humans with regards to their parents. What is that law and why it is? حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ وَهْنًا عَلَى وَهْنٍ. The reason why Allah is sending these rules and regulations for the children to obey is because the pain that woman has taken, the pain that mother has taken for stages after stages, and we know that in Quran it is described as 3 different stages. 9 months, first three stages painful, the other 3 stages, the middle one more painful, and the last 3 stages, the last 3 months are severe. SubhanAllah. It is that severe that Rasulullah has said if a woman dies in her labor, she is Shahida. She will go to Jannah without question asked. So we can understand the stages. So Allah is reminding that, O mankind, it is your duty to be good to your parents. Why? Because your mom has taken pain for you stages after stages. وَهْنًا عَلَى وَهْنٍ وَفِصَالُهُ فِي عَامَيْنِ. And even after she gave you the birth, but another 2 years, she still was looking after you. She gave you her milk. She gave you her rest. She gave you her pleasure. She gave you her sleeping, she gave it to you so that you could sleep peacefully. She gave you comfort, taking all your pain. And I still remember, subhanAllah, I think, according to my understanding, I can understand this ayah better than any one of you because I had 8 children. And the way my wife looked after them, my oldest is 27 now, mashallah. The youngest is 13. 28 years of my life, I have seen how much pain and how much suffering my wife has taken. Even the 21, 27 years old girl of mine, my wife is still looking after her. So even if all my children, if they give all their life to my wife, still it won't be equal to what she has given to them. SubhanAllah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that after she gave the birth, after going through all those stages, she gave you birth, and then after the birth she looked after you for another 2 years. You should thank Allah. I say, وَأَنِشْكُرْ وَلِوَالِدَيْكَ. You should be thankful to Allah for this, and you also have to be thankful to your parents. إِلَيَّ الْمَصِيرُ, because your path is to me. You have to end up to me, and I will ask you about your parents. Allah. Now this is the 2 verses. One is from Surah Al-Isra, and one is from chapter 31. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it very clear to us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded you to be good to your parents. You are not allowed to say oof to them, you are not allowed to be rude to them, and you have to be kind and loving all the time. You have to show your mercy to them and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah look after them as they looked after you when you were the most, the care was needed for you. And here Allah gives us the reason that why this is so important for you to be thankful to Allah and your parents, because of the pain that your mom has taken for you in the stomach, stages after stages, and after you were born. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, now these 2 verses are very common and general. Allah does not speak anything about the faith here, which means if a person has come from Christianity or Hinduism, or if he has come from Judaism, or he has come from any faith, and he became Muslim, and his parents are still non-Muslims, this rule applies to them as well. Muslim son or Muslim daughter whose parents are non-Muslim, these rules apply to them even at that stage. Why? Hadith in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim and different books of Hadith. Asma bint Abi Bakr, the daughter of Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala, when she came to Medina with Prophet after the migration, her mother, who was a mushrika, idol worshipper, when she came to visit her in Mecca and Medina, immediately she went to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and said, Ya Rasulullah, my mom, my mother, who is still a mushrika, idol worshipper, she has come to visit me. What is my obligation? What is my duties towards her? Prophet ﷺ has said, you have to go to the So this is very clear that we have to look after our parents. In Islam, we have no concept of sending into the home which is called care home or house for the old people. There is no concept in that. You will be unfortunate if you send your parents there and you don't look after them and the nurses are looking after them. That will be unfortunate in your part. If you have no choice, then that's fine. But if you are just neglecting your responsibilities and you want to avoid that and you want, because this is the facility that is given to you by the government and you want to get rid of that, then you will be most unfortunate person, because it's a saying in English, what goes around comes around. What you do to your parents today, wait for your children to do the same for you tomorrow. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the ruling here, that to every extent limit we have to obey our parents and we have to look after them, we have to be kind to them, and we have to be, nice and loving and respectful and praying for them. But this ayah, chapter 31, verses 14 and 15, Allah gives one more ruling to that. And this same thing is also mentioned in the wasiyah of Luqman alayhi salam to his son about the parents. So the father is advising his son, inshallah, that will be one of my topics, that parents, especially the father who has got the children, and amongst the children who has got son, what he should be to his son, how he should be to his son, that we will take the story from Luqman alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَإِن جَاهَدَاكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِي مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٌ فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا وَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا وَاتَّبِعْ سَبِيلَ من أناب إلي ثم إلى مرجعكم فأنبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that if your parents, Muslims or non-Muslims, if your parents ask you to commit the sin, if your parents are asking you to disobey Allah, then you should not obey them. And the first command, maybe the parents might be pagans, mushrik. So they will ask you to commit shirk. And Allah has specifically said that the most gravest sin is shirk. And if your parents tell you to do shirk, you should not obey them. But that does not mean that because your parents are mushrik, you abandon them. You have to go away from them. No. Allah says, وَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. But still you have to be with the best of company that you can with your parents. That means you have to give your company to them in the best way that you can. And the hadith in Musnad Imam Ahmad, pay attention to this. This hadith is general. It comes for the parents, it comes for the father, it comes for the mother, it comes for the children, it comes for the brothers and sisters, it comes for the relatives, it comes for the wife and husband, it comes for all the humans. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, لا تعق لمخلوق في معصية الخالق. That no human can be obeyed. No human can be obeyed if that obedience leads to the disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. that we are not allowed to obey anybody if that obedience leads to the disobedience of our Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Regardless of whether she is a mother or he is a father or he is a brother or she is a sister or our children. Anybody who tells you to do something which is against the disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is against Allah's command, then it is not allowed to obey them. So this is the ayah says over here that وَإِن جَاهَدَكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِي مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٌ فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. If they ask you to commit shirk, then you should not obey them. And also فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا وَصَاحِبْهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. And you have to be good to them all your life. You have to be, in a good company with them. وَاتَّبِعْ سَبِيلَ مَنْ أَنَابَ إِلَيَّ. And you have to follow the straight path, those who are following my path. Subhanallah. Path of Allah, path of prophets and messengers, path of shuhada, and path of salihin. وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ مِنَ النَّبِيِّينَ وَالصِّدِّيقِينَ وَالشُّهَدَاءِ وَالصَّالِحِينَ وَحَسُنَ أُولَٰئِكَ رَفِيقًا. This is in Surah An-Nisa chapter 4. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that those people, the true believers are those, and the followers of the right path are those who follow Allah, prophets, salihin, siddiqeen, and shuhada. And this is the best of the companions. So this is, and the opposite is, the worst companions are those who are with you in drugs, who are with you in womanization, who are with you in any haram thing. Any friend of yours, if he is inviting you to haram, he is not your friend. Anyone, even if he is rude to you, but he is telling you something truth about your deen, he is your well-wisher. Though he may be, his approach may be rude, his approach may be harsh upon you, but if he tells you that this is harmful for you, for your deen and dunya, you have to consider that this man is your well-wisher. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, اتبع سبيل من أناب إلي. Follow the path of those people who follow my path, who turns to me. ثم إلي مرجعكم. And remember that at the end of the day, all of you have to come back to me. فأنبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. Definitely I will explain to you and I will show you, inform you everything that you have done in this life. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So this ayah tells us the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the second commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that to be good to our parents, whether they are both or one, they are alive or they are dead. Now the negative part of that. What goes around comes around is a very simple formula. If you are good to your parents, automatically your children will be good to you. And it is vice versa. Now coming back to the point here, that Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was giving the Jummah khutbah. He ascended the minbar and 3 times he said Ameen, Ameen, Ameen. Hadith in Sahih Muslim. And in one version he said, Rahima anfu rajulin, Rahima anfu rajulin, Rahima anfu rajulin. May his face, may his nose be smeared with the sand. May he be humiliated. May he be disrespected. And the Sahaba said, who is this person? This unfortunate person. Rasulullah said, he mentioned 3 things. One of them he said that a person who had his parents, one or both, and they have passed away, and this person did not please them before they died. Very clear. During the time of Rasulullah, participation of the soldiers in the jihad was important. Yes? Yes or no? Any participation of one person is a strength to the Muslim army at that time. A man came to Rasulullah and he was preparing his shoes and lace, and he was preparing for the war. Rasul said, do you have your parents? He said, yes, I have my parents. This man came from Yemen. Okay, so Yemen was there at the time of Rasul. This man came from Yemen to participate with Rasul in the jihad. Rasul asked him, do you have parents? He said, yes. He said, how did you leave them? In what stages were, when you left them, how they were? He said, I left them with tears in their eyes. Wallahi, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, cancel your registration from the jihad and go and serve your parents, because the reward of jihad is in serving your parents. Another hadith of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. A man came to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and he said, Ya Rasulullah, I have 1 dinar and I want to spend this upon someone. Who is the most deserving person for this dinar? Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, you have to spend on yourself first, so that when you are enough, strong enough, then you can look after others. Otherwise, you will become a burden on others. He said, I have 1 more. He said, spend on your mom. He said, I have got 1 more. He said, spend on your mom. He said, I have got 1 more. He said, spend on your mom. He said, I have got 1 more. He said, spend on your father. Poor guy. First on yourself, then your mother, then your mother, then your mother, and then your father. And he said, I have got 1 more. Then he said that the most deserving person amongst your close relatives, your blood relatives. This hadith is very important. It needs a big khutbah, a special khutbah to explain, because today we have got brothers, we have got sisters, we have got families, we have got relatives, we have got so many other things, and we don't look after them. We are only concerned about building our own castles. Alhamdulillah, may Allah bless all of you with your castles. But remember that this is the right, that these people will stand on the day of judgment and they will claim. But here the point is that a man came and he said that I want to spend this money of mine, and Prophet ﷺ said, spend on your mother, 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 and then comes the father. So remember that. This is the time when we have to be careful with our wealth and we have to look after our parents. Another hadith of Rasulullah, he said, Ya Rasulullah, I have heard you talking so much about the parents, and you have said that the Jannah is under the feet of the mother, but I don't have mother, I don't have father, how will I get the reward now? Rasulullah says, Arabs, mashallah, I know Arabs. They eat camel and then they are strong, restless. Alhamdulillah. So Prophet said to him, sit down. You want to help your parents? Yes. But I don't have. How can I help them? Rasulullah has said, إِذَا مَاتَ الْإِنسَانِ إِنْقَطَعَ عَمَلُهُ إِلَّا مِنْ ثَلَاثٍ. When a person dies, all the sources that can benefit him, pay attention to this. I'm always, critic. So I will tell you the opposite of that as well. Maybe some people get upset with that. Hadith says that if a person dies and he was good man, okay, not in the haram things. He was a good man, not violent, not druggy, not yari, not violent, not this and not that. Good man. So all the sources of good that could come to him, benefit him, is cut off after his death, except the 3. Sadaqatun jariyah, the good halal wealth that he has spent during his lifetime, which is benefiting the people. The benefits of that is ongoing from halal wealth, okay? Not from the lottery. In Manchester, one boy got the lottery. It was something around £1 million. And he went to the Maulvi Sahib that, is it halal for me? Maulvi said that, give me half of it and I'll make it halal for you. So that lottery is not accepted. If a person has got millions of haram and he spends in the cause of Allah, it will not be accepted. If a person has got 1 penny of his halal earning and he spends in the way of Allah, it will be more than the one who has spent millions of haram. So this is very clear with Allah. Allah will not accept something which is unlawful or dirty or untrue haram sources. So this man, Rasulullah explained to him إذا مات الإنسان انقطع عمله إلا من ثلاث صدقة جارية علم ينتفع به الناس ولد صالح يدعو له. You want to help your parents? Okay, so this is the hadith that your parents can only benefit if they have spent something in their lifetime which is continuously helping the people, so they will still get the continuous reward. The second thing he said, if your parents have taught people good things and people are still learning and passing it on to others, they will get the equal reward. And the third, you as a pious child, we are expecting our children to be Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan. We are expecting our daughters to be the, Bollywood and Hollywood stars. We are expecting our children to be, those who are very famous. And they're saying, look, this boy, he's only 22 years old and he has got, 2018 plate car. What are you doing, man? You should be like him. This is how the fathers and mothers are shouting at the boys. Wealth will not take you to the Jannah. The Prophet is saying, you as a pious child, the piety will come from the father and the mother if they were pious, because they will make him do something which is good. If the children after a certain age, if they are not good, that's not the fault of the parents. But when the parents were good, they were a good example, and the child has been, brought up in the same way, his dua, only his dua will benefit the parents. So no need to go for khatam. No need to get together with the Quran and okay, my father died, my mother died, so let's get all the mutawwa and all Maulvis to read the Quran and they will benefit. No. This is the first point, that if you make dua for your father and mother, inshallah that will reach to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that will benefit them. As the Quran said, وَقُلْ رَبِّ الْحَمُّمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. And the minimum you can say, Allah, show your mercy to my parents as they were showing mercy to me when I was most needed. So this is your dua. You realize, okay, when I was in need, my parents looked after me. They showed their mercy for me. So Allah, now my parents need your mercy. This is the dua that a person should make for his parents. After that, Rasulullah has said, if they have left any wish, any will, fulfill that and that will benefit them. And Rasulullah said, if you really want to get the reward for serving your parents, serve the friends of your parents who are of their ages. So if you have a man like him, and you don't have the father, look after him, Allah will give you the reward as if you are looking after your own father. And Rasulullah has said, do all those good things which your parents were continuously doing till they were alive, they will get the benefit, you will get the reward. And finally, Rasulullah has said, a person will not go to the Jannah who displeased his parents, for he died or they died, because displeasing the parent, hadith in Tirmidhi. Sakhatul walidaini sakhatullah. The hadith is very clear. Parents' anger, parents being upset is as good as making Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala angry and upset. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi, ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك